I am going to do a few videos about a recent meeting that was held by the Nursing and Midwifery Council regarding their Principles for Supporting Women's Choices document that was released in August. They had a recorded session where they were discussing that, and I have some really quite big concerns about some of the things that were said in the meeting, the way that certain things were said. But today I'm going to share some stats with you that they shared in their presentation. The black line here is the slide from the presentation that I was speaking about, and below the black line are the statistics that I have compiled, the data from the NHS data 23-24, to compare and contrast for you what it looks like when you choose Freebirth and what it looks like when you choose to birth your baby in an NHS hospital setting. So obviously this data has a lot more people in the data set than this data. So we had a 65% recorded no complications in Freebirth and 11% in the NHS. We had 16% recorded maternal health complications with Freebirth compared to 38% recorded maternal health complications when you choose to birth in an NHS setting. Then we had 16% recorded neonatal health complications, so low APGAR score, injury. Now, that's a bit more difficult to compile, but what I could find is that there's 14% recorded neonatal intensive care unit admissions when you choose to birth in an NHS hospital. So I couldn't compile low APGAR. It's a bit difficult because sometimes babies have a low APGAR at a minute, and then at the 5-minute APGAR, they're absolutely fine and recovered really well. So I couldn't compile that data on top of injury data, but you can see that already we've got 14% of babies being ill enough that they need to be admitted to neonatal intensive care when birthing in a hospital, compared to 16% here that have any kind of injury or complication recorded. Then we have got the 3% recorded psychological outcomes of birth trauma and mental health concerns. Mental health concerns, what does that mean? We know that there is kind of a very witch hunty attitude towards people that are free birthing. So let's anyway just compare it to the NHS data down here, where we've got 33% reported trauma, and we have official diagnosis of 4 to 5% of people being diagnosed with PTSD having had their birth in an NHS setting. So when we look at these figures, well, they kind of speak for themselves about safety, don't they? And this whole rhetoric of you're really dangerous if you're choosing Freebirth, it's really reckless, you're going to have much poorer outcomes, it's much more dangerous, etc., etc., etc. Well, that's what their own data says. So there you go. Leave it up to you. You choose what feels right for you.